This is the cloud forest of the Amazon. It is a remote and inhospitable place. Yet last year, deep in the jungle, one of the most remarkable archaeological finds of the century was made. A sacred burial ground, full of ancient mummies, was discovered. Soon, rumors spread that these mummies were different to any ever found before in South America, that they had discovered a lost race of people, until now assumed to be nothing but legend.
The chroniclers always describe them as beautiful people, tall, nice, lighter complexion.
The Spaniards reported that there were blue-eyed blonde people in Chachapoyas, or in the Cloud People. The Incas found them to be the most beautiful women in the empire, and they were sought after by the Inca kings.
Who were these people, laid to rest in high mountain tombs? And what were they doing there?
For many of you, you already know that the Pleiadians are amongst us and have been for a long time. Actually, the peoples that we think of as European are all descendants of the 50,000 warrior colonists put on Earth about 4,000 years ago. This includes the peoples of Europe, Eastern Europe and Russia. It also includes about half the population of the US and Australia. Weren't there already people in Europe? No, the place was empty as the Anunnaki had driven the Neanderthal people to extinction, or deep into the earth by capturing their females to genetically manufacture high-quality slaves. So Europeans are all aliens, from other human planets. Europeans are of Pleiadian stock.
The mummies were found in the northeast of Peru, on the far side of the Andes. And there are also adult mummies here, wrapped in textiles.
No, entonces espérate, lo va a aguantar.
No, está bien, está bien, está bien.
Bajen. Cuidado, un momento.
These mummies are hundreds of years old and should have rotted in the high humidity of the cloud forest. Yet they are wonderfully preserved. Something extraordinary is going on here, something the team don't fully understand. But as they explore the site further, clues begin to emerge.
¡Wow! Espérate, te voy a tomar foto.
Ya, posando.
Precioso. Extiéndelo despacito.
This is the best textile we've found so far, in great state of preservation. This is a men's shirt, and the technique for preparing this shirt is quite remarkable.
The team's first thought was that they had found an Inca burial site. But figures of animals and demons are almost unknown in Inca art. And they didn't decorate the tombs of their dead with images like these. The pottery is very unusual as well.
It seems to be a mixture between Chacha and Inca influences.
Peter Lercher is an anthropologist who's an expert on the cultures of this region.
Comparing these pictographs with Inca design motifs, it's definite that they are not belonging to the Inca culture. They are expressions or artistic expressions of Chachapoyan culture.
What about the European Jews? They are what is left of the Anunnaki genetic engineering. They are not Pleiadians. The Neanderthals were the most advanced primates on Earth when the Anunnaki arrived about 50,000 years ago and were highly prized because they made excellent administrative slaves. The worker slaves were engineered by mixing Anunnaki genes with gorillas and chimpanzees and other primates. Orangutans were also highly prized and were the basis for slave populations in Asia. Wait a second, if the Europeans are Pleiadians, does that mean that all other peoples on Earth are what's left of the Anunnaki slave-making process? Yes. The Anunnaki were prolific in their slave-making. They took eggs from every primate on every continent and enhanced them with Anunnaki genes. The Anunnaki were the missing link that every anthropologist is looking for.
But who were the Chachapoya, or the Cloud People? They are first mentioned in the Chronicles, books written by Spanish priests, but based on stories told by the Inca. The books speak of an Inca emperor who marched his army into the cloud forest in the 1480s and was astonished to find a great civilization there. These stories were dismissed as legends, but not by explorer Jean Savoy.
The only thing I knew about the Chachapoyas is what I had read in the Spanish Chronicles regarding the conquest of the Chachapoyas kingdom by the Inca Tupac Yupanqui, who reported that he had conquered 7 great cities. I didn't believe that those cities that he had conquered had been found. So I decided to launch an expedition to Chachapoyas to find the Cloud People.
It was 34 years ago that Jean Savoy first set off into the vast uncharted depths of the cloud forest. Finally, deep in the cloud forest, they came across ruins of great stone buildings hidden under centuries of jungle growth.
I could actually at times hear the clashing of swords, the battles that were going on between the Incas and the Spaniards, or the Chachapoyas and the Incas. Sometimes you would find ceramic vessels just laying on top of the ground. It's as if they had fled these buildings and left them. It was very exciting to be in a virgin place that people hadn't been in for centuries.
The locals had always known about the ruins.
The natives were extremely superstitious about the ruins being enchanted. They talked about Solpe Machaco, which was a 7-headed snake that would wrap around you like a net. And they were actually terrified. They figured that they would be changed to stone. But what amazed me was the large number of round structures which we couldn't explain because the Incas built in rectangular linear lines.
These buildings were shaped and decorated in a fashion never before seen in Peru. And Jean Savoy found something else that the Inca had talked about: cliff tombs.
When the Inca Tupac Yupanqui invaded Chachapoyas, he stated, what I find amazing was the tombs that they built up in the cliffs that housed the chiefs and the overlords of the Chachapoyas kingdom.
When he discovered cliff tombs exactly like those described by the Inca, and like none other in South America, Savoy was convinced that he had indeed found the last resting place of the Cloud People.
But the Europeans can breed with everyone else. How is that possible? The Pleiadians evolved from the same kind of primates as were on Earth, but without interference from the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis evolved from lizard, reptilian lines. The big difference between the reptilian primate slave populations and the Pleiadian populations is the genetic encoding of social structures. The Anunnakis have a hive mentality similar to ants and bees. They have highly structured, top-down rules, laws that focus them on kings and queens as rulers. This is where the divine rule of kings came from. The ruler of the Anunnaki home planet, Nibiru, is a king. Anunnaki genes allow kings, dictators, but they also empower the idea of cities where masses of people huddle together. They also are a genetic baseline for mind control, primarily through propaganda and today's media. Reptilian primate peoples are hardwired genetically to embrace big government. Reptilian primate slave peoples are all left-wing. They cannot help themselves. It is hardwired into their genes. Pleiadian populations tend to be right-wing and prize individual freedom, choice, truth, integrity, self-reliance and self-responsibility. But there are many who have chosen to be left-wing either before they were born or during this lifetime. As we all go through this gigantic change, our protectors, the Pleiadians, will make themselves known to us. We are not alone, we never have been. Anyone wonder why the Espionage Act in the USA is called the Draconian Espionage Act?
Inside the tomb are mummies with their hands bound over their eyes. There are also a large number of mummies wrapped in sackcloth, with faces stitched on the outside.
Look at that embroidery. Beautiful, look.
Wow.
Oh my God. Joey's saying a really big one's coming out.
No.
¿Qué tan grande, Joey? Okay.
Esa es la grandota.
These mummies seem to be physically different as well.
Yeah? Mummy bundles ranging from babies to what seem to be really huge people. I mean, judging from the size of the mummy bundles, they must be about, 5'10", 5'11", which is really amazing. I've never been in a situation where I've been handed one mummy after another and just handed it to Sonia, who puts a label on it and then takes it off for storage in the cave and for bundling up for its journey to Laimi Bamba.
The fact that the mummies are tall is potentially very significant. Buried deep in the Spanish chronicles are fascinating passages describing the Cloud People as beautiful and tall.
They were a bit different to Andean people, and up till today, Chachapoyas, local people look a bit different to other Andean people. That is reflected in the mummies. I think when the chroniclers said beautiful, it's because they were different and they were strong. Through the bones, they were taller, they were more robust, and if they had to live in this area, certainly they had to be more robust.
Near the lake where the mummies were found is the great fortress of Cuelap, which is over 1,000 years old. Almost certainly built by the Cloud People, Cuelap is the most monumental structure in the Americas. Its incredible walls are over 60 feet high and stretch for more than 2/3 of a mile. The Great Pyramid of Egypt is a wonder of the world, yet this fortress was built from 2.5 times as much granite, all of which was carried to a mountaintop over 9,000 feet above sea level. Over 500 years ago, the people of Peru knew the secrets of using herbs and chemicals to preserve the human body.
Okay.
Sonia Guillen and her colleagues are not prepared to speculate on who these mummies were or where they came from. They plan to do DNA analysis and skin testing, which may answer some of these questions.